Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about what's been going on with Ebenezer and his eczema. Now Ebenezer is one of our triplet boys, and he has been struggling with eczema for probably 3 months. So it was around 3 months that it started developing, and so he's almost 7 months, so I guess even potentially like almost 4 months. I can't remember exactly when things happened, but it was somewhere around 3 months that he started developing these skin issues. And so I wanted to just kind of go through what we've done, what we've tried, and where we are now. I will say first off, we are not like out of the clear. He is not completely healed from this, so he still struggles with it. But things have gotten a lot better. And I know some of you have kind of asked about that because I've mentioned it in some of my other videos, like my day in the life videos of his eczema struggles. And you've even seen it in probably some of the video clips and pictures and stuff like that. So he definitely struggles. And actually I will insert some pictures of what he looked like in some of his worst moments. I will say, if you don't like to see those kind of things, just forward through this because it is kind of graphic. It's really sad. Just the weeping that he had, the crusties he had, the redness, and all of that. So anyway, I will insert those pictures here. I also will say, coming back, that there is music in the background. I've got two babies in swings right now. They're both asleep, actually. One's got some music playing, and Ebenezer is actually over here in a bouncy seat, and he was asleep, but he just woke up. So I may need to cut this video short and come back to it in a little bit. But I will try to keep it short and not go too long. So I just want to start out by saying the first thing I did is actually I had a friend suggest, when he was having these skin issues, why don't you try to put breast milk on it? So now with me having triplets, I don't have a lot of spare breast milk, but when I would pump and there would be like some residue left in the pump, I would just wipe all that out and put it on Ebenezer. And I even at some point did use some like cotton balls and kind of soaked up some breast milk and put it on him. So we did that for a while, but there wasn't really any significant change or anything like that. So we kind of stopped doing that pretty early on. And then I also got a lotion that said it was helpful for eczema. It's actually this one right here. I got this from Target. It just seemed like the most pure thing I could find at Target. So this is what I tried. And not really significant change in that, really. I think it was just kind of getting worse at this point. And so we were going to the pediatrician anyway. We already had an appointment with our doctor. And so she looked at him and said that she thought it was a fungal issue because there was like lines kind of around the red patches. And so that was an indication of a fungus. And so she suggested to try tea tree oil and olive oil first to see how that goes. And if we didn't see any improvement, that she then prescribed us a fungal cream that we could get. Now you're hearing Ebenezer, he's talking in the background, but he's a happy boy, so he's not upset yet, but you'll probably hear him talking in the background. So anyway, so we tried that, and actually we did see some improvement pretty quickly. I mean, not a huge improvement, but we were seeing improvement. So we're like, okay, well, we'll just keep doing this and, not get that prescription yet until we kind of really needed it. And so then it just was doing better, but then it kind of slowed down. And we also added Calendula Cream as well, which is something she suggested, which is this. And we got this off of Amazon. And this is just like a soothing kind of thing. So we got this one on Amazon because it was just really pure. It was just calendula and olive oil and beeswax. So we were really looking for something that was really simple ingredients. So we used that and the tea tree oil, and we were seeing improvement, but then it kind of started to not do so good again. And so at this point, we then decided to get the steroid cream and just kind of start that. And we did see some improvement, but it was really drying him out, and his skin was really flaky and dry. It kind of changed the symptoms a little bit. And another thing we did add too was this thing on Amazon that's called like the Super Balm. And this has been something that's been probably the most helpful like cream or lotion that we've gotten. So I'll definitely link it below. For us, I mean, it's just been very good for us. So definitely recommend this. Very natural ingredients and all that. You know, things were getting some better, and then we then went back to the doctor, and he, you know, he was still struggling, and it was obvious that, you know, he was still struggling. She then said that it does actually look more like eczema now. There wasn't those lines around things, and the fungal cream wasn't really helping that much anymore. And so then she suggested that I do an elimination diet, which was I cut out gluten, dairy, eggs, peanuts, soy, and I think that's it. Then we started seeing a little bit more improvement, and it's almost like I feel like he would improve some and then it would just kind of plateau and then kind of get worse again, if that makes sense. So that's what we kept noticing seemed to be the pattern. And so then we also did like oatmeal baths every once in a while. We very limited baths just because that can kind of irritate eczema. But when we did do them, we did an oatmeal bath. So I basically blended up oatmeal in the blender and then put it in the bath. And I kind of had this little tub that I actually wash clothes in that I put him in. And that worked really well. So the oatmeal was like more concentrated and not filled up in the whole bath. And it helped with mess too, so. And that did seem to soothe him. He enjoyed that. And, you know, we did start to see, I feel like early on he wasn't scratching as much, like himself scratching, but then he started to scratch a lot. And there was one time when he was just like laying in the crib and he was just quiet. And then I come over there and he's scratching his face, and there's like blood on the crib sheet. And I'm like, oh, no. And so anyway, and that's happened a few times, you know, but we started putting like socks on his hands and stuff like that, but sometimes the sock would come off. And also the socks would get kind of crusty from his, like, he might spit up on it and then it would dry, and then it was just kind of rough. So one of Casey's friends suggested that we get these sleeves. So this was something else we did during this time, was we got these, they're called like scratch sleeves, and I'll put this link down below. We got this on Amazon, and they have these little silk things that go over the hand, so it's really like soft and smooth. So that's been really good. And we put these on him, and now I will say at night, if you put these on your baby at night, I typically would put this on over his clothes, but he got out of it. So he was able to get his arm out of here, and then we woke up to him crying, and he had scratched his face and blood was everywhere. So that was terrible. And so then I put it under his clothes. That will keep it on. He cannot get out at all. So definitely recommend, if you use these, put it under the clothes. If you know, I put them over the clothes during the day just so if I want to give him some hands-free time, I can take them off easy and monitor him and look at him. But we got 2 of these. I definitely recommend getting 2, because if one's dirty, then you'll have a clean one you can pull out. So we did that. So then it got to the point where we were like, you know what, things are just not really getting better. He was getting weepy and all of this, like his arms were just really wet. And there was one night where he just like soaked through his swaddle and everything. It was just terrible. And he did not sleep well. He was, you know, of course, he was very irritated and I'm sure in pain. And so then we said, okay, you know what? I think it's time to do steroid cream. So we did that and it did help. We did see definitely a lot of improvement with the weeping. No more weeping actually since we did that. Now we did it longer than she said probably in like 3-4 days we should see really drastic improvement. And we did see drastic improvement, but we had to kind of keep doing it longer because it would kind of keep coming back and little patches would come back. And so we also incorporated at this point homeopathy. So we like threw all these things at him basically. And I won't show you exactly what they are because you definitely need to talk to like a homeopathic doctor or something like that to get these. They are very safe for babies, very, very safe, but definitely talk to your doctor about all of this stuff. I am not your doctor. This is just my experience, our experience with our boy. So please don't take this and run with it. Like talk to your doctor about all this because every child is different. Every eczema situation is different, which makes it so hard to treat, I feel like. So this is just what we've experienced. But, so then I felt like the steroid cream wasn't really helping and we were, it was kind of keep coming back. Okay, sorry, I had a fussy baby and here's Ebenezer right here. You can kind of see this is a current of how he looks now. And he definitely still has red patches on his face. But yeah, I just wanted to show you him. So, hi baby. And he still has some patches, a few little red patches on his arms and on his legs, but they're very mild. So he's doing a lot better. Yeah. Okay. So let me continue on to where I was. And so I started feeling, because actually right before we did the steroid cream, we used a hydrocortisone cream because we were just desperate because we weren't sleeping and he wasn't sleeping and we just felt like he needed some relief before we could actually get in to see the doctor because it was like on a weekend. And we only used it one night, but there was significant improvement for him in that one night. And so I actually asked her if we could go back to that because it was less strong than the steroid cream. And she said that would be fine. We could try that just to not use that strong steroid cream for so long. And so we did that and petroleum jelly actually on top. And actually was one of you guys that commented about this. I so appreciate all your comments, by the way, that you guys talked about your eczema experience with your babies and stuff. I definitely utilized a lot of that. So, and just tried different things from that. But yeah, so that was actually helping a lot. And at this point, we also did an allergy test for him. And I was kind of hesitant at first because I thought it would be like kind of inaccurate and there would be a lot of like false positives or from what I heard. And so then it's just like, you got to cut out everything, which false positive is better than false negative. But anyway, we were like, you know what? I think it's just time to do it just to see if there's something, because the one thing that we didn't change yet was his formula, and his formula is goat's milk. All the boys, that's what they have as their formula when they're not having breast milk, is goat's milk. And so if there is a dairy allergy, you actually still do need to cut out goat's milk, even though goat's milk is easier to digest than cow's milk. But we hadn't changed that yet. And so then we were like, let's just do the allergy test just to see what's going on. And we did, and it was an IgG test, which is a heel stick. And there's like different ones, but that's the one that we did. And it revealed that he has a severe dairy allergy, but nothing else. So we were very thankful that it was just one thing. And even the doctor was saying that that was a really good sign in a way, because sometimes if there is a whole bunch of false positives, it could mean that there was like more like a gut issue than necessarily like a true allergy. Okay guys, sorry, baby was kind of fussy, so I'm standing up with him, but we were very thankful to get that allergy test back and find out that dairy was really the only thing that he was allergic to. And so we're just I'm cutting that out continually to do that. And we did switch his formula, so we're hoping to see some big improvements after that. That was about 4 days ago that we switched his formula, and he's been fine on it. He enjoys it, has no problem eating it. So it's a pea protein formula, so no dairy, and yeah, we're just hoping to see continued improvements with him. And thank you guys again so much for your just ideas and experiences that you share with, you know, you having babies with issues of eczema, and we just so appreciate it. And we just pray and trust that he will continue to get better. And yeah, thankful for that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Hi, Ebenezer. It's me. It's me, Mario. It's me, Mario. You enjoying the nature out there? It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. It's a nice day out there. Or evening now, really. You have such a beautiful smile. Oh, yeah. And your sleeves are delicious as well.
Feels good on your teeth, kind of.
I know. You like to chew on sleeves. Oh, wow. Oh, Mariah Carey's back there singing. I know, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I think too, Ebenezer. I know.